I'm Amanda Holman. I'm the Director of College Career and Military Readiness for East Central Independent School District. We're a kind of a mid-sized district on the southeast side of San Antonio, Texas, and we're experiencing really, really rapid growth right now. So we have a lot of things that are changing in our district, and we're excited that NPSI's been with us for that journey. This is our third year in the network, but we also partnered with Dr. Brown for a year prior for some really heavy post-secondary training with our counselors. So I kind of consider it like it's year 4, but I'll let Lauren introduce herself too.
Hi, my name is Lauren Long, and I'm the coordinator of College Career and Military Readiness in East Central ISD. And I'm going to apologize now. I'm at another meeting at one of our local colleges, and I'm hunkered down in a corner surrounded by students. So I apologize if you're having a hard time hearing me. But I've been in the role for 3 years. Prior to that, I was on our high school campus. Oh, I think I froze.
We can still hear
Can
you.
still hear me? Okay.
Mhm.
I was on our high school campus as a part of the counseling team that received the training with Dr. Brown. So I like to consider my growth with NPSI 4 years.
Well, we had actually gotten introduced to the network by the CAST network of schools, and they had partnered with NPSI to do some work prior to. We were opening a CAST school here in San Antonio. And through that, what ended up happening is we found out that we were really kind of struggling with our post-secondary readiness for our students. And that was around the time that Texas Education Agency was starting to put out metrics to measure students' post-secondary readiness towards our accountability. And so with that, it became evident in the trainings with Dr. Brown for our counselors that we really needed just really comprehensive support for all of our metrics that we were looking at when it came to college, career, and military readiness for our students. And so it was kind of a no-brainer for us after we found out about the network and the work that we could do together to try to increase our student outcomes. It was really something that we were ready to do.
Prior to our start with NPSI, the role that I was in previously, I kind of realized our lack of tracking student information and data. And so just naturally, some sort of tracking mechanism developed. It was very basic, and it did not encompass all things post-secondary. And as we've partnered with NPSI, it has become not only a district-wide tool, but now other districts from around the city and from around the country even are reaching out to us on how we utilize the data, how we collect the data, and how it drives our decisions within the district. And I really do credit a lot of that to our monthly meetings that we have. Not a monthly meeting goes by that we are not in the tracker receiving feedback from the NPSI team on how we can better track the students or how we can better utilize the data that we currently have and to ensure that we're taking action steps towards moving forward for our students.
One of the things that I was very I was impressed with and really pleased with when we came on board was that there was never a time where you guys were like, this is exactly what you need to do and this is where you need to go. But instead, we had the buckets that we knew were the big buckets of the NPSI work. And it was, tell us a little bit about each one of these things in your district. And then there was the evaluation piece at the beginning. And really, we learned a lot about where is our most, our lowest hanging fruit for growth first, and let's tackle that. And then let's start tackling all these other things behind it. And so like for us, the first thing was tackling our FAFSA completion. And I can't tell you how many meetings we had aside from our monthly meetings with the team, because we would say, hey, we want to see how other districts are doing this, or we want to know if this is something that you guys would suggest, or how would you handle this when you get this conversation with parents and so on. And that work in itself ended up leading us to a completely different method of how we handled FAFSA and TASFA completion in our district. And I just, the collaborative environment of choosing where the work is going to happen. And it's not like, okay, this is our system and this is how we're going to move through this network. But it's tailored, it was tailored directly to us. And I felt like the team, like the entire team knew who we were, and they knew our work and our intricacies and our quirks, and that, you know, Lauren is the data person and Taslin is our counseling person, and, you know, who all to tap into for all the different resources. And it was nice to know that we had a partner like that who is outside of the system looking into it, to be able to point out some things that maybe we had blinders on and couldn't see all the time. So that we were able to make some really bold changes to our systems. I would say just jump off the ledge and do it. We, you know, as we got into the network, I was so surprised by how many districts around us had been a part of the network. And I was like, man, I always saw that they were doing really good things, but I never knew it was part of NPSI. And so, you know, now we're able to say those things, like, we're doing these really great things and we learned it from NPSI. And, you know, just advocate for your district to be able to join and participate and give it the time that it needs and it deserves. And you'll see a lot of great change.
So another piece that I would like to contribute, you know, part to NPSI is how much it's made our team a team. You know, sometimes in education, everyone's positions are very siloed, or you're very specialized. Even within our CCMR umbrella, within our district, each one of us oversees certain tasks or supports specific populations, but all the work revolves around the same goal. And I think that NPSI helped us as a team, one, not only strive and set those goals, but two, understand how each of our specialties contributes to that goal. And so I think it just speaks volumes on what it's done for our team and our district as well.